It was one of the best-known and best-loved television shows in the 1960s. The Dick Van Dyke Show is still going strong in reruns. It starred Dick Van Dyke, Mary Tyler Moore, Maury Amsterdam, and Rose Marie, who spoke with Joe Franklin.
Joining us right now, Charlie, is the star of records, radio, vaudeville, nightclubs, movies, television shows, and sitcoms and game shows, and much more. Rose Marie, once known as Baby Rose Marie, has conquered many show business categories, and she's especially loved for a role as Sally Rogers on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Rose Marie, are you with us right now?
I sure am.
You feel good?
I feel fine, thank you.
You were just 3 years old. I played the records you made when you were 3 years old. How did
I know you a long time, Joe.
A little bit of reminiscence. How did a talent contest propel you to stardom in vaudeville, radio? The beginning of the career. 3 years old, right?
I won an amateur contest, and I sang "What Can I Say, Dear?" after I say "I'm sorry."
Right.
And I won, of course. 3 years old, you're going to win anything.
Can't lose.
But I sang like Sophie Tucker, and when I won, I ran into the wings, and somebody threw a bouquet of red roses in one arm, and somebody threw a bouquet of red roses in the other arm, and the crowd was yelling, "Bring the kid back! We want the kid! Let the kid sing!" And I threw down the roses, and I said, "Hold the roses. I got to take my bow."
And as a child star, you worked with all those greats: Al Jolson, W.C. Fields, Edgar Bergen, Rudy Valley.
I worked with all of them.
And any person?
I'm the only one left.
Any memories of Al Jolson or W.C. Fields?
Well, Jolson didn't like me.
Why?
He used to call me a little brat. Sophie Tucker was wonderful to me. I worked with Burns and Allen, and I worked with just about all the great ones that are gone. I'm the only one left. In fact, they called me up to do documentaries on the people that are gone, like Martha Ray and Burns and Allen and George Goebel.
I read where the great Jimmy Durante took you under his wing.
I used to do a little impression of Jimmy in my act, and it became a big thing where I had to do a whole number about Jimmy. So I went to Jimmy and I said, "You got to teach me how you do it and all that." So I used to go over the house, and he even taught me how to play the piano like him.
No kidding.
Which was ragtime piano.
So he taught you a lot of things about show business, Jimmy Durante. He was a good teacher, right?
That's right.
You knew Milton Berle, I was noticing, when you were 3 years old. And
Milton Berle was a very, very important part of my life.
Early television, you sang on all the variety shows, the Dean Martin Show, the Jackie Gleason, the Tonight Show with Johnny Carter. Which of them, which paid you the most money in those days? Are we allowed to ask you who paid the best?
I think Gleason.
Gleason, huh?
Because I knew Gleason when both of us were doing club dates in Newark for $5 apiece. And he said to me, he says, "I'm going to pay you more money than anybody else ever has." And he paid me $5,000 to do his show.
He was generous, huh?
Very.
Now, the Dick Van Dyke
wonderful.
Show.
I had some wonderful people in my life. Jerry Lewis was exceptional to me when my husband got sick. In fact, all of this is in my book, Hold the Roses. It's a wonderful story.
What was it like about working with Dick Van Dyke? You played Sally Rogers in 1961.
That's right.
You played a writer who made as much money as the boys made, the first liberator.
I think I was the first woman's liver.
That's right. On any TV series, right?
Yeah.
What was it like working with Dick Van Dyke? What did he do between takes when the camera stopped?
He would doodle all the time. He would draw. He was a great artist. He would doodle and do comedy things, and he's a doll. He's wonderful to work with.
Were you able to get close to your co-star Mary Tyler Moore?
No, we just didn't hit it off right. She was very concentrated on her career, and I was busy with the boys and doing other things, and she was very concentrated on becoming a star, and she became one. She worked very hard at it.
When you met your fans, let's say on the street or in restaurants, were they inspired by your Sally Rogers character? Did they ever expect you to be Sally Rogers when you met your fans?
Well, no. A lot of girls come over to me and say that they became writers because of me, which is very, very nice to say. And a lot of them said that I was the first woman's liver and that they got the courage to be like me.
I want to point out that Baby Rosemary, starred in a 14-year run on TV's Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Who were some of the famous squares working alongside you on that program?
Everybody in Hollywood.
Everybody.
Everybody was on. Vincent Price, George Gobel, Charlie Weaver, Michael Landon, Paul Lynn, of course, was on all the time.
Can I ask you a question? Were the celebrities given the quiz answers in advance?
No.
Never.
None of that was done because of the $64,000
Scandal.
question where they found out they were cheating. So we had a person from that organization to make sure that none of us got the answers.
Actress Rosemary talking to Joe Franklin about her days on television game shows as well as the classic Dick Van Dyke Show.